To October 18th, 2nd. On October 18th, breaking through the cold dawn air, Jinhook enters an art museum in Yongsan. In the museum, only Jinhook's paintings are on display, and there was no one there, as if inside the abyss. Even though he had done several exhibitions in France, Jinhook was nervous and busy, looking around and checking as if he was doing this for the first time. After going around the exhibition hall 3 times, Jinhook stopped in front of a painting. A happy family in the picture. Contrary to Jinhook's family, everyone smiled and seemed to be at peace. With a fresh and faint grin, Jinhook stayed with the picture for a while. Tracing back Jinhook's memory to the past, young Jinhook was looking at her in his room. When the sun is shy and darkness flows in, Jinhook's only refuge was just gazing at her silently. Beyond the windowsill, her appearance was radiant like a piece of artwork. Seeing her family taking good care of each other, Jinhook felt wonder as if he was seeing the stars for the first time. Not everybody lives a life like me, he thought. Every time he saw her, he felt alone in the universe, but he couldn't take his eyes off her. At that time, perhaps sensing his blazing gaze, she looked back to Jinhook's room. Their eyes met for a split second, and Jinhook was so surprised he hid under the window. His heart was pounding, and only the sound of eardrums could be heard. Jinhook's face was glowing red, his throat was gulping at his completely dry mouth. Jinhook grabbed his panting chest and waited for time to pass. Jinhook carefully raised his head and looked at her. She was talking and laughing with her family as if she was inside another world. While taking in this intimate scene, he felt embarrassed and stupid at his sudden burst, but the feelings weren't too bad. Jinhook was dreaming along the unprecedented emotions he had. To befriend her, maybe. To laugh alongside her. Would he be happy? His nights grew endlessly with the thought of her. Even when looking back as an adult, thoughts of what could have been. What if they had met at an earlier stage of life? The thought made Jinhook's heart pound. The next day after school, Jinhook was walking with his eyes on the ground. Lest he bump into someone, perhaps his family, he always walked face down, with stooped shoulders, his gaze fixated on the ground. Jinhook preferred it that way. Somehow, the dreaded way home always felt too short. As such, after walking more slowly, he carefully raised his eyes at the sound of children in the playground. So many children shouting and running around. Jinhook was used to the thought, stupid kids. But today was different. They'll be happy, just like her, he thought. It was a dark thought, uncommon for a kid of that age. But as he looked away, a familiar figure caught his eye. It was definitely the girl. Seeing her at a closer distance, probably less than 3 feet, a smile leaked out without knowing. She was fair, cute, and had the magical power to make others laugh along. Jinhook stopped on his way and looked at her in awe. Then suddenly, a dog ran up to her. A pretty little puppy. But she was afraid and was busy running around and climbing the railing. As Jinhook saw that, chivalry and courage sprouted out of nowhere, and he moved closer to her.